kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Back in, cuts to his forward, take the shot, he scores!
Bethel Park is coached by Brooke Morocco and assisted by Kim Manning.
Okay, good.
And now for your Peters Township Indians, a 5-foot junior defensive specialist, number 4, Izzy Myers. A 5'7" junior libero, number 7, Madison Tistone. A 5'6" senior setter, number 8, Emmy Pluskina. A 5'3" sophomore defensive specialist, number 9, Lauren Luffy. A 5'8" junior setter, number 10, Erin Herpy. A 6'2" senior middle hitter, number 11, Lauren Valentic. A 5'7" sophomore outside hitter, number 12, Haley Pearson. A 5'11" sophomore outside hitter, number 16, Abby Willett. 5'10" junior outside hitter, number 21, Kyle Keene. A 5'10" junior outside hitter, number 24, Bella Taylor. And a 5'8" junior middle blocker, number 26, Jocelyn Chikovic. The head coach for Peters Township is Nikki Oates, assisted by Zelda Storm and Brandon Hansen. And now, please rise and gentlemen, remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem as we honor America and our servicemen and women. Tonight's national anthem will be sung by Nolan Taylor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you and enjoy the match.
Welcome to Peters Township High School for tonight's match between the Bethel Park Hawks and the Peters Township Indians. The starting lineup for Peters Township, number 7, Madison Tissone will play libero. Number 16, Abby Willett, outside hitter. Number 10, Erin Herpy, setter. Number 8, Emmy Ploskina, setter. Number 11, Lauren Valentic as a middle hitter. And number 12, Haley Pearson as an outside hitter. Peters Township will receive to start the game.
Pass by Herpy. And kill by Valentic for a point for Peters Township. That'll be a side out. Back to serve will be Emmy Plaskina. In for Peters Township will be Kyle Keene. Pass by Bethel Park. Sends a free ball over. Outside hit by Haley Pearson, and that's a kill for Peters Township. 2-0 Peters Township to start the match. Plaskina's back to serve again for Peters. Delaney Thomas with the pass. Middle hit from Bethel Park. Backcourt attack by Pasoka. We send the ball out to Haley Pearson, and it'll be a point for Bethel Park. Lee Jack back to serve for Bethel. Good pass by Tassone and a kill by Valentic. Point Peters Township. Peters Township now leads 3-1. Coming in to serve for Peters will be Lauren Luppy. Service is long, point inside out for Bethel Park. Coming in to serve for Bethel will be number 16, Sam Stevenson. Pass by Willett. Up to Valentic. Valentic with the kill. Point Peters Township. Valentic will be back to serve for the Indians. Off pass by Bethel Park, and that's a point for Peters Township. Valentic still serving. Pass up by Bethel. Backcourt attack by Lee Jack. Ball's called out of bounds. Point Peters Township. Timeout Bethel Park. Peters Township takes a starting lead 6-2. We are back after a timeout. Peters Township has the lead 6-2. Lauren Valentic's back to serve for the Indians. So far this set, she has 3 kills, 1 service ace. And that's another service ace for Valentic. Point Peters Township. Pass by Pasoka in the backcourt. Outside attack. Into the net. Point Peters Township. Peters now leads 8-2. Delaney Thomas with the pass. Cacanio out to the outside, and Pasoka with the kill. That'll be a side out for Bethel Park. Back in for Peters Township will be Madison Tassone as a libero. And Lucia Cacanio will be back serving for Bethel Park. Willett with the pass. Set to Jocelyn Jakovic. She hits the net. It'll be a point Bethel Park. Luppy with the pass. Plaskina brings it out of the net. Madison Tassone tries to save it. It'll be a point Bethel Park. Scores 8-5. Peters Township still leads in this first set. Pass by Luppy, help by Willett. And a down ball sent over by Kyle Keene. Ball sent out to Pasoka. And Pasoka will get a kill. Point Bethel Park. Score is Peters Township 8, Bethel Park 6. Kakanya is still serving for the Hawks. Pass by Luppy. Plaskina tries to save that ball. Bethel hits it into the net. It was an overpass. Point for Peters Township. Substitutions for Peter coming in. Number 10, Aaron Herpy. And Bella Taylor will be playing on the right side. Herpy will be back to serve for the Indians. Service to Thomas and overpass. Jakovic with the kill off the block, and that'll be a point for Peters Township. Peters leads 10-6 in this first set. Herpy back to serve. Service air, side out, Bethel Park. Point for them. Back to serve will be Pasoka. Pass by Tassone, up to Herpy, and illegal back row attack by Herpy. Point Bethel Park. Pasoka back to serve for the Hawks. Pass by Willett. Jakovic with a hit, and it'll be a point for Bethel Park. 9 serving 10. Peters Township still has a 1-point lead in this set. Service ace by Pasoka. Point Bethel Park, and Pasoka ties the game now. It's 10-10. Tassone with the pass, and it's a kill, or it's a service ace. Point at Bethel Park. Peters has to stop this run by Pasoka. Pass by Willett. Service ace again. Point Bethel Park. Pasoka on a run now with her jump serve. Peters looking for a side out. Service ace. That ball was right on the line in the backcourt. Point Bethel Park. Bethel now leads 13-10. Pasoka still serving. Touch by Madison Tassone. Point Bethel Park, and that's a service ace again for Pasoka. 14-10, Bethel leads. Service error by Pasoka. That'll be a point inside out for the Indians. Back to serve will be Abby Willett for Peters Township, and in the front row will be Haley Pearson as an outside hitter. Pasoka with the pass. Thomas with the assist to help out. Block in the front court, and they're calling a net violation on Peters Township. It'll be a point inside out for Bethel Park. Bethel leads 15-11 in this first set. Back to serve will be the libero, Delaney Thomas. Pass by Willett, set by Herpy to the outside to Pearson. The set was actually out of bounds. It'll be a point for Bethel Park. Thomas back to serve again. Willett with the pass. Herpy to Jakovic. And a kill by Jakovic in the middle. That'll be a point inside out for Peters. The score is 12 to 16. Peters is down by 4. Madison Tassone will be back to serve for the Indians. Valentic comes back in as a middle hitter for Peters Township. Pasoko on the attack. Herpy with the pass up. Tassone to help out. Bella Taylor going in for the attack, and it's a kill down the line. Peters Township gets the point. 13 to 16. Peters trails by 3 now. Tassone back to serve for Peters. Pass by Thomas. Cacania with the set. And an attack on the right side by Sophie Pazowski. Gives the ball back to Bethel Park. Bethel now leads 17 to 13. Pass by Willett. Herpy with the set. And Valentic with the kill in the middle. Point Peters Township and a side out. 4 kills by Valentic so far in this set. Back into the game, Emmy Pluskina will be serving. And Kyle Keene came back in the front row. Pluskina's serve goes to Delaney Thomas. Cacanio sets to the outside, and a big block by Lauren Valentic for Peters Township. Point for Peters. Peters now trails by 2, scores 15 Peters and 17 Bethel Park. Pluskina back to serve. Pasoko with the pass. Cacanio tries to set that ball over, and she sets it out of bounds, so point for Peters Township. 16 to 17. Peters trails by 1. Pluskina with a short serve. Delaney Thomas passes it up. Short. Kyle Keene hits it. Back over to Bethel. Cross-court shot by Grace Lejack. Gets the kill for Bethel Park. Bethel now leads 18 to 16. Lejack will be back to serve. Tassone with the pass. Pluskina out to the outside. Kyle Keene with the attack. Cross court. Pazowski trying to hit from the backcourt for Bethel Park, and she hits it in the net. That'll be a point for Peters Township. In for Peters to serve will be Lauren Luppy. Peters trails 1 point. The score is 17 Peters, 18 Bethel Park. Luppy with the serve. She hits Lejack in the back row for a service ace. And the score is now tied at 18. Luppy back again. Delaney Thomas with the pass. Outside to Pasoka, and the ball is hit out of bounds. Point for Peters Township. Luppy on a service run now. She serves the ball to Lejack. Pasoka on the outside. Pasoka with the kill. Point inside out for Bethel Park. Score is tied at 19. Coming in to serve for Bethel will be number 16, Sam Stevenson. Service is to the side, so that'll be a point for the Indians. Indians now take the lead 20 to 19. Back to serve will be Lauren Valentic. Thomas with the pass. Lucia Cacanio with the set over for the kill. Point Bethel Park. She ties the score up at 20. Back in will be Madison Tassone as the libero for Peters Township. Cacanio back to serve. Service to Willett. She passes to Pluskina, and Willett with the kill from the outside, giving Peters a lead again at 21-20. Nice cross-court shot by Willett. Back in for Peters, number 10, Erin Herpy to serve. And number 24, Bella Taylor on the right side. Herpy with the serve down the line to Lijak. Kakanya with the set to the outside, and that's a tip by Pazowski. Nice up by Willett. Herpy sets it. Willett with a left-handed hit for Kale from the outside. Point, Peters Township. Timeout, Bethel Park. Peters Township in the lead right now, 22-20 in this first set. We're back from the timeout. Aaron Herpy back to serve for Peters Township, who leads 22-20 in this first set. Service is long to the side, point and side out for Bethel Park. Back to serve will be Pasoka. She was on a service run in the last attempt that she had in the service spot. Pass by Luppy up. Herpy with the set to Jocelyn Jakovic with a big kill from the middle. And Bethel's also called for a net violation, so that's a point for the Indians. The Indians in the lead, 23-21. Back in, Haley Pearson in the front row. And serving for the Indians will be Abby Willett. The Indians looking to end this set and take a 1-0 lead. Service is long by Willett, point inside out for Bethel Park. The Indians still lead 23-22 in this first set. Back to serve will be Delaney Thomas, the libero. Thomas serves to Willett. Herpy to Jakovic in the front. Jakovic hits the ball out of bounds. That's a point for Bethel Park. They tie the game up at 23. Thomas back to serve again. Services long, point for the Indians. The Indians are now at 24. Bethel Park at 23, and the Indians just need one more point to end this. Madison Tassone back serving for Peters Township. Soka puts her hands on the ball. She's going to try a back row attack. Herpy with the pass up. Tassone going to set up Bella Taylor. Bella with a hit off the block. Cacanio to the outside, and Lijak hits the ball into the block for a point for Bethel Park. She ties it back up at 24. Back to serve will be Pazowski for Bethel. Pass by Willett. Help is needed. A service ace by Bethel Park. Point for Bethel. They now lead 25-24. This is a set point. Pass by Willett. Herpy to Valentic, and a block by Bethel. They take the first set, 26-24. As we get ready to start set two for Bethel Park, they have the same lineup in. Pasoka as an outside hitter, Delaney Thomas as the libero, Sophie Pazowski, Aaliyah Brown, middle hitter, Lucia Cacanio, Grace Lijak, and Abby McNeil. In addition, Peters Township putting back in the same lineup as well. Emmy Plaskina and Aaron Herpy will be the setters. Abby Willett and Haley Pearson will be outside. Kyle Keene and Bella Taylor will be right side hitters, and Lauren Valentic and Jocelyn Jakovic will be middles, with Madison Tassone as your libero. Peters Township will serve starting this second set. Emmy Plaskina is back for the Indians. She serves to Pasoka. Cacanio sets to the middle. Good pass by Plaskina. Kyle Keene with an attack, and that's a net violation for Bethel Park and a point for the Indians. Plaskina back again for the Indians to serve. Peters leads 1-0. Service ace for Plaskina. Ball hits the net and rolls right over. Point, Peters Township. Service error by Ploskina. Point inside out for Bethel. Score is 2 for Peters Township and 1 for Bethel Park. Sophie Pazowski will be serving for Bethel. She gets a service ace. Ball hits the net, rolls right over. Score is now tied at 2-2. Pazowski back to serve. Service ace. That ball just caught the line on the side of the court. Point for Bethel Park. Bethel leads 3-2. Pazowski still serving. Pass by Willett, and that ball is overpass, but Bethel Park hits that ball out of bounds, so it'll be a point for the Indians. Score now tied again at 3. Izzy Myers in to serve for Peters Township. Pass by Thomas up to Cacanio. Cacanio with a set over the net. Free ball pass over Ploskina. Sets back to McNeil. She hits it into the block for a kill. Point for Bethel Park. Lejack back to serve for the Hawks. And that service is long. Point for the Indians. Valentic will be back to serve for Peters Township. Jump serve to Pazowski, and that's a service ace for Valentic. That's her third of the match so far. Point for Peters Township. Lejack with the pass. Lejack with the backcourt attack. That was a kill from the backcourt. That'll be a point for Bethel, and they tie back up at 5. Coming in for Bethel Park to serve, Sam Stevenson. And coming into the front line for Bethel will be Aaliyah Brown. Service long for Stevenson. Point inside out for Peters Township. In for the Indians will be number 10, Erin Herpy, and number 24, Bella Taylor. Herpy will be back to serve for the Indians. Herpy serves to Pazowski. Cacanio out to Pasoka. Pasoka with a kill down the line. Point for Bethel Park. Cacanio will be back to serve for Bethel. Score is tied at 6 right now. In the service to Willett. Herpy sets the ball outside to Bella Taylor. Hitting error and a point for Bethel Park. Cacanio back to serve. She serves to Dasone. Herpy gets the ball up. Willett with the attack from the right side. Pazowski with the hitting error into the net. Point, the Indians. Score now tied at 7. Back to serve will be Abby Willett. And in for Peters Township will be Haley Pearson. Willett with a hard jump serve. Net violation called against Peters Township. Point for Bethel Park. Bethel now leads 8-7. Pasoka will be back to serve for the Hawks. Service to Tasone. Kill by Jakovic in the middle. Point, Peters Township. The set is tied at 8. Tasone back to serve. Valentic back in for Peters Township. Stone serves to Delaney Thomas. Set is to Pasoka on in the back row. They call Lauren Valentic in the net as she was blocking the ball. That'll be a point inside out for Bethel Park. Thomas goes back to serve. Bethel leads 9-8. Thomas serves to Willett. Willett with the pass up. Herpy to set Bella Taylor. Bella cross-court shot to Cacanio. Delaney Thomas setting Pasoka on the backcourt. Overpass by Willett. And a kill by Bethel Park. That's a point for them. Score is 10-8. Bethel Park in the lead by 2. Delaney Thomas back to serve. Service to Haley Pearson, help out by Madison Tassone. Pearson will send a free ball over. Cacanio sets the middle, miscommunication, but a tip over. Tassone helps out, setting Bella Taylor on the right side. Bella hits cross-court shot. Thomas trying to get Pasoka. And Pasoka finds the corner. Point, Bethel Park. Bethel leads 11-8 in this second set. Willett with the pass. Herpy to Valentic. Miscommunication. Point for Bethel Park. Bethel leads by 4. The score is 12-8. Thomas with the serve to Willett. Herpy passes up and Valentic hits it over. Cacanio trying for Pasoka on the backcourt. She finds a court again for a kill. 13-8, Bethel Park. And the official wanted a few words with the floor captain. Thomas will be back to serve for Bethel. She serves to Tassone. Herpy sends it outside to Haley Pearson. Point for Bethel Park. Bethel in the lead by 6. The score is 14-8. Pass by Willett. Herpy sent it back to Taylor. Taylor hits it out of bounds. Point for Bethel Park. And Peters Township calls a timeout. Right now the score is Bethel Park 15, Peters Township 8 in the second set. Back from a timeout. Bethel Park is serving. Score is 15, Bethel 8, Peters Township. Delaney Thomas still serving for Bethel. Short serve over and set to Valentic. Valentic hits it over. Back row attack by Pasoka coming. Pass up by Willett. Herpy to the outside to Haley Pearson. Hitting air and a point for Bethel Park. Bethel in the lead 16-8 in the second set. Thomas with the serve. Willett passes up to Herpy. Herpy trying to find Valentic. Valentic with the kill in the middle. Point inside out for Peters Township. Coming back in will be Kyle Keene on the right side and Emmy Plaskina in for setting. Plaskina will be back to serve for the Indians. Pass to Delaney Thomas. And it's an overpass. Net violation by Bethel Park, and that'll be a point for Peters Township. Plaskina back to serve again. 16-8. Peters Township trails by 6. And she finds Delaney Thomas again. Pasoka trying from the backcourt. And again, another kill from the backcourt for Pasoka. That's a point for Bethel Park. Bethel Park now leads the second set, 17-10. Pazowski back to serve. And that's a service error. Point inside out for Peters. Coming in for Peters Township will be Izzy Myers to serve. Peters trails 11-17 in the second set. Myers serves to Thomas. Miscommunication by Bethel, but they recover. Pasoka sends a free ball over. Tassone passes up to Ploskina. And Valentic finds the court with a tip for a kill. That's a point for Peters Township. 12-17. Peters trails by 5. Izzy Myers back to serve. She serves again to Thomas in the backcourt. Cacanio passes the ball up, and another free ball goes over. Tassone passes out to Abby Willett in a hitting error, and the point inside out will be for Bethel Park. Bethel now leads 18-12 in the second set. Lee Jack back to serve for the Hawks. Willett with the pass. Ploskina sends it back out to Willett for a hit. Ball's just hit a little bit long, and it's a point for Bethel. 19-12. Bethel Park leads this second set. Pass by Willett. Ploskina sets up. Willett with an attack. Cross court. And they're calling that ball out. It'll be a point for Bethel. Bethel leads 20-12 in the second set. Lee Jack back to serve. She serves to Willett. Willett passes the ball up short. Cacanio sets it or hits it over. She gets a kill for Bethel Park. Bethel Park 21, Peters Township 12 in this second set. Tassone with the pass. Ploskina with the ball, sends it back over to Bethel Park. Pasoka on the outside. She gets a kill. 22-12. Bethel Park leads in the second set. Lee Jack serving, ball's hit out of bounds. Side out for the Indians. Valentic will go back to serve, and Jakovic will come back in the front row. Valentic with a jump serve. Lee Jack with the pass. Cacanio is going to set outside to Pasoka. She gets a kill from the outside. 23-13. Bethel Park is in the lead. Tassone comes back in for the Indians. In for Bethel Park will be Aaliyah Brown in the middle front. Abby Neal with the jump serve. Willett with the pass. Pasoka with the set. She tries to get Jakovic, and they're calling 4 hits against the Indians. 24-13 in the second set. Bethel Park serving for a set point. Neal with the serve. Willett with the pass up. Ploskina sent it back out to Willett on the outside, and she goes cross court for a kill. That'll be a point inside out for the Indians. Substitutions in for Peters Township. Herpy back in to serve, and Bella Taylor back in for a right side player. Herpy will serve. It is 14-24. Peters Township trails by 10. Service to Lee Jack. Cacanio sends it outside to Pasoka, and a pass by Herpy. Tough ball to get, and Bethel Park wins that second set 25-14. As we begin this third set, Bethel Park has a 2-0 lead, but we play a best out of 5 series. So at this point, Peters Township could win the next 3 and take the whole match. Both teams send back in their same lineups again. In this set, Bethel Park will start with the serve. Pazowski will be back for the Hawks. And Willett passes the ball over. Bethel Park can handle, and it's a point inside out for the Indians. Coming in for Peters Township will be Kyle Keene. Back to serve, Emmy Pluskina. Pluskina with the serve. Delaney Thomas with the pass. Sends the ball outside to Lee Jack. And Pasoka can handle it, and it's a point for Peters Township. Peters leads 2-0 in this third set. Pluskina back to serve. Service to Thomas. Cacanio with the setup. And a hitting error by Bethel Park. And Abby Neal. And Peters takes a 3-0 lead. Pluskina service back to Thomas again. Cacanio with a tip over. And Peters recovers, sends that free ball over. Cacanio to the outside. Lejack with the tip. Pluskina gets that ball up. She's going to attack for a kill. Point, Peters Township. Peters now leads 4-0. Thomas with the pass, and it's a tight ball to the net. Kyle King goes up and attacks it. Back over at Bethel, and Pasoka sends a free ball over. Good save by Pluskina. Good save by Kyle Keene. Pasoka with the backcourt attack. Pluskina sends it over with a down ball. Outside attack by Lee Jack. And she gets a kill. Point, Bethel Park. Lee Jack will be back to serve. That sends Pasoka to the front row as a hitter. Peters Township has Valentic, Keene, and Pearson as their front row attack. Tassone with the pass. Abby Willett tries to help out. There'll be a point for Bethel Park. Peters is leading 4-2 in this third set. Lee Jack back to serve. Pass by Willett, Pluskina to Valentic, and Valentic with the kill. Point for the Indians. Valentic with a good 3-ball. Great pass up, and she gets the kill from the front row. In for Peters Township will be Lauren Luppy. Peters leads 5-2. Luppy with the serve to Lee Jack. Outside to Pasoka, cross court. Tassone gets that ball up. Pluskina with the set to Kyle Keene. Bethel Park sends it back up to Pasoka. She has a cross court shot for a kill. Peters still leads 5-3 in this third set. Abby Neal will be back to serve for the Hawks. Luppy, Tassone, and Willett passers for Peters Township. And that's a service error by Bethel. Point inside out for Peters. That'll send Valentic back to serve for the Indians. Jakovic back in the front row as a middle hitter. Valentic with a hard jump serve. Ball sends outside to Pasoka. And the ball never makes it over the net. Point Peters Township. Peters leads 7-3 in the third set. Jump serve by Valentic. Service is longed, and that'll be a point inside out for Bethel Park. Back in will be Tassone for Peters Township. And serving for Bethel will be number 21, Lucia Cacanio. Ball hit the net and is out of bounds, so that's a service error on Bethel. That's a great point inside out for Peters Township. In for the Indians, number 10, Aaron Herpy, number 24, Bella Taylor. Herpy will be back to serve. Service down the line by Herpy. Lejack gets it up. Right side attack by Pasoka, and she gets a kill. Point for Bethel Park. Peters still leads 8-5 in the third set. Pasoka will be back for Bethel to serve. Pass by Willett up. Herpy runs it down. Point for Bethel Park. And Pasoka serves that ball out of bounds. It'll be a point inside out for the Indians. Back to serve will be Willett. The Indians lead 9-6. Coming back in is Haley Pearson for Peters Township as an outside hitter. Willett serves the ball out of bounds. Point for Bethel Park. Back to serve for Bethel will be Delaney Thomas. Peters still leads 9-7 in the third set. Ball served out of bounds, point inside out for Peters Township. Tassone will be back to serve. Timeout, Bethel Park. The coach from Bethel probably talking about the number of consistent service errors that they've had in a row. They've fought for side outs, and then they've gone back and served the ball out of bounds. Peters Township in the lead, 10-7 in this third set. So we're back in action. Tassone back to serve for the Indians. Great top spin serve by Madison Tassone. Point and service ace for Peters Township. Peters leads 11-7. Another jump serve by Tassone. Big block by Lauren Valentic, and they're calling a net violation on Peters Township. That'll be a point for Bethel Park. Pazowski back to serve for the Hawks. Stone with the pass, Herpy with the setup, and Valentic with an attack from the middle. Thomas with that pass. Cacanio called for a double hit for Bethel Park, and that's a point inside out for Peters. Coming back in for Peters Township will be Kyle Keene and Emmy Plaskina. Plaskina will be back to serve, and Peters leads 12-8 in this third set. Thomas with the pass, Cacanio with the setup, and she's trying to find Pasoka again in the backcourt, and that ball's hit out of bounds. Point for the Indians. 13-8, the Indians lead. Plaskina with the serve again to Thomas. Cacanio trying to set that ball over, and she gets a kill. Lejack will be back to serve for Bethel Park. Peters Township still leads the third set, 13-9. Pass by Tassone, tight ball to the net. Plaskina tries to save it. They're letting up. They just called it a legal back row attack by Plaskina. That'll be a point for Bethel Park. Lejack back to serve. Tassone with the pass up. Plaskina there to save it. Pearson with the ball hit out of bounds. That's a point for Bethel Park. Peters still in the lead by 2, 13-11. Bethel Park is serving. Our hitters right now are Valenta, Keene, and Pearson. Top spin serve handled well by Madison Tassone. Valentic with an attack. And Bethel can't recover from it. That'll be a point inside out for Peters Township. Luppy will be coming in to serve for Peters. Peters has a 3-point lead, 14-11 in this third set. Luppy with the service there. Point for Bethel Park. The score is Peters Township 14, Bethel Park 12. Back to serve will be Abby Neal for the Hawks. Passing for Peters Township will be Willett, Luppy, and Tassone. Tassone with the pass. Plaskina with the ball up. And Valentic with the tip over. Bethel Park comes back. Tassone coming with a help from a back row. And Plaskina has a hitting error, so that's a point for Bethel. Bethel now only trailing by 1. Peters is up 14-13. Bethel is serving. Pass by Tassone. Plaskina with the set. Kyle Keene up with an attack. Valentic helps out there. Tassone sending it to the outside to Willett. Willett with a down ball. And somehow Bethel gets that ball back over. Ball goes back out to Willett, and she gets a kill off the block. That sends a point inside out back to Peters Township. Great kill by Abby Willett on the outside. Valentic will be back to serve for Peters Township. Strong jump serve. Lijak with the pass, sending it out to Pasoka. She goes cross court, but Luppy recovers. And Madeline McDaniel is at the net for a block. That's a point for Bethel Park. Cacania will be back to serve for Bethel. Willett, Tassone, and Luppy passing for the Indians. Willett with a great pass. Plaskina with the setup. And Kyle Keene with the cross-court shot. Pazowski with the ball, kill on the right side. That'll be a point for Bethel Park. The score is tied now at 15 in this third set. Cacania back to serve. Luppy with the pass up. Tassone helping out, and a free ball sent over by Jakovic. Tip ball over and a block by Willett and Jakovic. Point inside out for the Indians. Coming into the match, number 10, Aaron Herpy to serve, and number 24, Bella Taylor for right side hitter. Herpy back. Service down the line to Lijak. Pazowski recovers. Bella Taylor with an attack from the right side. Cacania with the setup. And ball hit in the net by Bethel Park. Peters Township with the point, and they're leading 17-15 in this third set. Herpy back to serve. Pasoka with the pass. Bella Taylor with the kill from the right side. Overpass by Pasoka sends that ball over to Bella Taylor. She has a great tip from the right side for a kill. Peters Township gets the point, and they are now leading 18-15 in this third set. Herpy back to serve. Pasoka with the pass. Willett on the outside. Ball hit long. Point inside out for Bethel Park. Pasoka will be back to serve. Willett, Leppy, and Tassone passing for the Indians. Tassone with a great pass up. Jakovic with a kill from the middle. Great job by Jocelyn Jakovic with an attack by the middle hitter. Point inside out for the Indians. The Indians are in the lead 19-16 in this third set. Abby Willett's back to serve. Jump serve by Willett with the service error. Point inside out for Bethel Park. Bethel trailing by 2. The Indians still lead 19-17 in this third set. Delaney Thomas back to serve for Bethel Park. Pearson, Tassone, and Willett are your passers for Peters. Willett with the pass up. Herpy sets up Taylor. They call her for a double hit. Point for Bethel Park. They trail by 1 now. Peters leads 19-18 in this third set. Tassone with the pass. Herpy sets it up to Bella Taylor. Bella with a great line shot. Kakanya with the set, and Pasoka comes in. Bella Taylor again with an attack. Off the block, Kakanya sets it to the outside to Pasoka, and again she finds the corner of the court. Pasoka with the kill and ties the game up at 19. Thomas back to serve for the Hawks. Tassone with the ball up. Bella Taylor with the attack. Cacanio sets it out to Lee Jack. She tips it. Herpy can't recover. And a point for Bethel Park. Bethel in the lead now 20-19. Thomas serving. Willett with the pass. Bella Taylor helps it out. And Willett with a down ball. Great down ball to the backcourt. Lee Jack attacking from the back. Great pass up by Tassone. She's going to send a free ball back over to Bethel. Ball hit out of bounds by Bethel Park. No touch on the play. They're looking for a touch. And that's a point inside out for Peters Township, tying the score at 20 and sending Madison Tassone back to serve. Madison with a great jump serve. Delaney Thomas sends it back over right to her. Herpy to Valentic. Valentic gets that ball over. Attack from the back row by Pasoka, and she hits it out of bounds. Point for Peters Township. 21-20. Peters is in the lead in this third set. Tassone back to serve for the Indians. Great jump serve. Delaney Thomas passes it up, sending it back to Pasoka again. She finds the line in the corner for a kill, 21-21. The game is tied. Pasoka really working on that right corner of the court. Pazowski back to pass. That's an overpass by Willett, and Bethel Park takes advantage of that for a kill. They take the lead 22-21 in the third set. Pazowski back to serve. Tassone, Willett, and Pearson are your passers. Willett with the ball up. Herpy sends it to Bella Taylor. And they call a net violation for Bella Taylor going underneath the net. Point for Bethel Park, 23-21. Bethel Park's in a 2-point lead in this third set. And Peters Township calls a timeout to regroup and talk about it. Bethel Park's really working on the back row attack with Pasoka. And she's finding a lot of deep corners in the court for Peters Township. Coming back from the timeout, Peters trailing 2 points in this third set. Sophie Pazowski back to serve for Bethel Park. Willett with the pass. Herpy sends the ball up to Bella Taylor. Ball is hit outside the antenna. Point for Bethel Park, 24-21. It's match point. Bethel Park in the lead. And that's a big point inside out for Peters Township. Sophie Pazowski serves that ball into the net. In for Peters will be Kyle Keene in the front. Emmy Plaskina is setting, and she'll be serving as well for Peters Township. Plaskina sends it over to Pasoka. Attack from Lee Jack. Pass up by Willett, sending it outside to Pearson. Pearson with a cross-court hit. They're going to send a free ball back over to the Indians. Tassone passes that ball up. Plaskina to Valentic for a kill. Great kill by Lauren Valentic in the front row. Peters Township with the point. Now they only trail by one in this third set, 23-24. Plaskina back to serve. She sends it to Pasoka, sends it outside to Lee Jack. Great pass by Madison Tassone. And a miscommunication at the end. That sends a point to Bethel Park, and they win 25-23 and take the set 3-0. Thank you for joining us this evening, and look for us again on the network.